Okay, welcome to Mixed Greens. It's me, Judy.
I'm Erica.
And today...
Oh, hold on a minute.
Only with a guitar.
And today, that was she meant to do that.
Yeah. And
Today, Judy's going to play a little drums and guitar.
Oh, right? All over your heart.
Speaking of hearts, today is a very special day for Judy.
It's not a special day for me.
Yeah.
It's just a day.
I'm trying to get into what's up with that. So today's Valentine's Day. We're both here and not with our Valentines. I do not have a Valentine's, therefore I will not be with one.
But my kid is my Valentine. Bitch,
right?
You lonely. Nobody cares.
No.
You ain't lonely. No. You're different. You're like,
first of all, nobody in my house said Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And we'll just say that we're talking about kids. There's no male adults in the home. And want to know something else funny? The 16th is my anniversary. Oh, you wanted to get married so bad near Valentine's Day. For fucking what?
Wait,
you
but
really like Valentine's Day.
How long were you married?
This will be my... it will be 3 years. 3 out of 27.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. We lasted 27 years together. Well, minus 3. So 24 years together, unmarried. Get married, we last two and a half.
Dang. It's like barely 2.5.
Yeah, it was about 2.5.
Yeah.
So the reason that brings me into, like, I think marriage, I don't know if marriage is a scam or what, but I knew, like, when I got married, I shouldn't have did it. Like, I knew, like, the moment I did it, like, this is not going to be right. And everything changed. Like, I don't know how, like, everything changes. I can't explain how, like, from night and day, like, the relationship changes, your attitude changes. Like, I know for me, I felt like there was too much responsibility that came with that name, like wife in marriage. It, like, put an extra weight on the relationship. Like, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. And expectations. Oh, he should be doing this. Oh, he's my husband. He should be doing this for me or that for me. You know what I mean? So I started getting resentment. Because I didn't want to be locked down. I still want to be free and do what the fuck I want to do. Which I was, but it just felt like something different.
Well, if you look at, like, the origins of marriage, it, like, modern day, like, American marriage.
Okay.
It's a form of property. So I feel like a lot of people, especially women, even now, like, as we're just becoming more aware of this system that we live in,
right?
Like, becoming aware of, like, how it's kind of, like, messed with our minds. And that's a little, I feel like I have a little bit of that, like, I didn't change my last name.
Yeah, I never changed my last name.
Also, like, because the reason why you change your last name is because you are now their property. Just like slaves. Slaves had the last name of their owner.
Right. Interesting.
So, and that marriage is an institution.
It's supposed to be a business agreement.
Yeah, and when the Spanish colonized the Americas, like this side, the West Coast, the natives, they didn't have marriages. Like, there was few men, so women would have babies
for different guys.
Or no. Or one man would have babies with a few different women.
Okay.
But it wasn't like our whole idea, our whole sense of love is completely misstrued. Wait, did I just say the wrong word?
Misconstrued.
Yeah.
You said misstrued.
Yeah, misconstrued. So before, like, now our whole idea of love is love as possession.
Right.
And I feel like that's why there's so much jealousy, is because you think of it as property. Like, you're mine. You shouldn't be talking to.
And why do they put it in our heads at such an early age that this is what we want to be doing and we should be doing? Especially, like, as women, like, as a child. And I'm not saying, like, my parents necessarily did that. But it's just like in movies, cartoons, the princess wants to marry the prince, or, you know, she wants to become a princess.
Every Disney movie ever.
Right. So
So when the priests first came over here, when the Catholics first invaded, the priest immediately told them, like, no, you have to be just man and woman, because it was easier to keep track of them.
So why do we think there's even that law written? I mean, I feel like it's to each his own. If a man wants to have multiple wives and the wife is going to have it, then I don't understand why you can't marry. Not that I want to, but I don't understand why you can't marry more than one person.
Like big love.
I mean, it's love. I mean, apparently it's love.
Yeah, and it's all up to the individual. And sometimes, like, if you look at, like, some, like, mafia movies and stuff, like, the wife knows
about
that he's
the mistress.
Yeah, but that's, you just keep them separate.
Right.
Like,
so why keep them separate if they're all cool?
Because they're not always cool. Because, again, there goes the underlying tones of possession. Like, now, like now, the master's with you, so that means I'm not going to get shit.
I don't know. I think, like, today's days are different. And once people...
Evolving.
We're evolving. And I think, like, once people stop really caring about the institution of marriage, they're more thinking about love and companionship. I think you do see people more willing to be in open relationships or to be in a relationship with more than one person and be okay with their partner doing the same thing.
Or even, like, who's always celebrated, everybody's always talking about, Monique.
She allows her husband, right?
Right, and then even, like, when we talk about it, she allows her husband. You know, we, like, subconsciously, we don't even realize, like, this is where, like, oh, she lets him do this. But it's like, if you love someone, then you would just let them do them, okay? And if they really love you, then they're going to be with you. So, like, that's almost the kind of concept. I in my perspective, is that her husband is her husband, and that's someone she's always going to love. Mm-hmm. They've known each other for years. They're always going to be friends. But if you're on the Cayman Islands and you have a fling, you meet somebody that you connect with, that doesn't mean, like,
you don't love me or you don't care about me or...
Yeah, and then it all depends on, like, your understanding. Personally, I feel like it would not be healthy if you were in that kind of relationship to just, like, fuck a bunch of bitches. Because also, I just feel like it's draining your energy.
Sharing your energy and also picking up other people's energy.
Yes.
So,
and too much of that just, it's
poison.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like, and this is something I always taught my sons, and I don't know, maybe I should teach my daughter the same thing. I have not, but I always tell my sons, like, look, if once you guys start dating or whatever, just be open. Like, if you want to see more than one girl, just be, like, give the girl the information so she can make her choice. And I feel like 9 times out of 10, if you're, first of all, my kids are cute. they're smart, you know, and
they are cute,
and they're cool kids. So I feel like, why wouldn't a girl be okay with that? Like, you know, okay, he sees me, he spends time with me, he takes me out, but he also does the same thing with, I don't know, I could see where now I just in my head, but he also does the same things for another girl. I could see, like, but we were taught, like, jealousy. Now I feel like kids these days, I think they would be more accepted of it if you're open and honest.
And then it's almost like when you don't have those rules and those barriers, you might not even want to, like, explore other options. You might just want, like, I'm okay with you. Mm-hmm. Because it's also like that thing, like, oh, it's forbidden. When something is taboo, you automatically gravitate towards it. It doesn't matter if you're 8 months or 80 years old.
Right.
It's just how people are. So once you just take away the stigma, then maybe we can finally, like, sink into who our being really is. And we're all different. Right. So as long as you allow yourself to explore and know in yourself, and then when you start experiencing jealousy, envy, like, think about, like, why, like, what is triggering me, like, what issues, and why is that affecting me so much? I don't know. I just feel like, personally, like, having done that, it's really helped me progress, because I totally grew up that same way. Even though my parents didn't get married till I was 9.
Okay.
And by then, they had, like, other kids. Like, it was so bad. My mom made me stay home and watch my sisters while they went and got married. Like, that's ghetto as fuck.
That's something I would have did. Because, like, we got married. My son's 20. Oh, and last week I kept saying my son was 21. When I was editing it, I was like, oh, my God, my son is not 21. But anyway.
Is he 22?
20.
He's 20.
Yeah. We were talking about dating. 20,
yeah, so anyways, you tell your kids the same thing. Like, just be open and honest. Especially, like, having those conversations. Like, and that almost segues into, like, the next topic that I want to talk about. How my son, how Max is, he just turned 13.
Okay.
And it's kind of a weird dynamic now because he's 13. He likes girls. Now, again, I know he likes girls. It's kind of side note. My youngest, she's 8. She came out to me.
But not out.
Quote unquote.
Right.
Yeah, she came out. Mm-hmm. But that's another, like, I'm totally going to segue. I'll come back. But I think it's also very hopeful because it's taking away the stigma, like the taboo, like, because it's like the joke, like, why don't straight people have to come out?
Right, you know?
And here she is, she's 8, like, she doesn't even get it. She's like, oh, I'm straight though, Mom, I like boys.
Right.
So it's just kind of funny. And then I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, we'll touch on that later.
Like, you didn't need to tell me that, but okay.
Yeah, like, and that's, like, you know your kid, mm-hmm. whether you want to deny or not. Like that show, like, why aren't you gay? It would have been cool. It would have been so cool to have a gay kid. Oh my gosh, I'm totally, like, spacing. I can't remember what, like, why are you single? Like, why haven't you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Is it because you're gay? Because that's totally...
Oh, like they wanted their kid to be gay.
Yeah, they wanted their kid to be gay. I feel like Arrested Development or some stupid show like that. But anyways, so Max is getting older and he skates and I'm like, we're close. I do a lot more things. I feel like I just do a lot more things with him than his dad does. Like, don't get me wrong, his dad's a great dad, but his dad was trying to bond with him over doing dishes. I was like, oh, dude, like,
and that's kind of nice though, like for a man to do housekeeping with his son.
Yes, it is, and I do, and he does do a good job at leading by example. Like, for the longest time, I was stay-at-home mom, so I did everything, and once he started stepping up, and, like, because we had to start sharing, I noticed the kids did the same thing. They totally modeled after him. He even brought it to my attention. So yes, so it is good. We were, he skates a lot. I take him skating. He skates with a little club, a little crew, like Ask, and they were hanging out after a meeting, and they're, like, playing music videos. And, like, all the music videos are just, like, a bunch of booties.
Girls shaking their ass.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyways, he's just playing all these videos, and then I'm just like, fuck, like, it gets kind of weird because it's like, okay, I'm there with him, and, like, there's a mix between, like guys. It's all guys. Oh, one guy brought his girlfriend, but she wasn't even there. Like, it was, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm like, I'm like trying to get to the point about Max.
It's just awkward, like, navigating these types of situations. Like,
so what was it awkward, that he was, like, showing your son the videos with the girls, or that they were all watching it for a long time? Or?
Yeah, like, it just got to be, like, an awkward point.
I feel like you got so high right now. Like, you didn't know where you were going. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I'm high, too, but where are we going?
I drifted. You cut this.
All right,
no, so I don't know. Have you... And this is something, like, because you have 2 boys, they're older, but then I was thinking, like we were just saying, your kids don't really do anything. So JT is social.
He does, yeah, he does the most. So my older son still doesn't have a girlfriend or anything. He likes girls, but he doesn't have one. He's awkward. Like, he wouldn't know how to talk to a girl if it saved, if it killed or saved his life, however you say it. Jaden, he kind of has a girlfriend, but he's not saying it's his girlfriend. And they kick it. I don't know. See, him, I gotta watch. Like, I've already, like, asked him, like, does he need condoms? And I asked him that before I asked Austin.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's always been in the girls. Like, when he was a kid, he would look at, like, a Jessica Rabbit and be like, damn. Or he would just look like cartoons and, like, girls in video games, like, damn, like, it's a cartoon, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, So even now, he's like, oh, Mom, look at that butt. Like, we're driving in the car, he's like, look at her butt. I'm like, oh, come on, Jaden. Like, well, he's just doing it to be, like, joking, but.
Yeah, she got a big booty.
But, I mean, he likes girls, and his hormones work differently than my older son's. I'll say that.
Oh, he is completely different from Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did Austin play sports?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a little late with the sports, and he's not, like, the jock. Like, Jaden's kind of like a jock.
Yeah, he, like, it's so funny because, like, I feel like Jaden is kind of, like, he does a little bit of everything, and then he stops, and then he does, like, a little bit of everything, or, you know, he takes, like, little breaks, and then, like, tries different things.
Not really. Like, we've played football, basketball, and baseball for a while, and...
He plays every year?
Yeah, and we haven't played football. We stopped playing football, so we just stopped. And then for basketball, we just missed it with all the bullshit we had.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, the point is, like, he doesn't, like, some kids, especially, like, the area that we live in, like, they just devote their entire time to just one sport.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, he is, like, as good as those kids, like,
almost.
He doesn't even have to.
He's not as good as them, but he's almost.
But if he did it, like on a team, like, if he played for the high school, I'm so sure.
Or if he did dedicate to one sport, I think he would start getting as good as them.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't even think it would take him that long to do it either. Like, he's so...
Right. Yeah.
So he's totally different. But, oh my gosh, so did you ask him that? And what did he say?
He was like, Mom! You know, that, Mom! Like, no. But speaking of that, I also had to start talking to Taryn because your period starts soon. I mean, she's 11.
Yeah.
So you start about... Some kids start at 10, 11, 12. So I know I'm so scared. Because, first of all, she's kind of a bitch already. So I could just imagine, like, oh my gosh, she's going to be even, like, more bitchy. And then, let us be on it together? Like, oh, hell no, I don't know. So I'm just a little bit scared to make her feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when, like, you're that young and you start, like, it's just kind of like an embarrassing thing or, like, something you're very conscious about and you hide it and you don't want to tell anybody at first. So, which reminds me that I was watching something on Netflix before I came here, and it's called Period something. And it's about women in rural India that... basically, the women, it's kind of taboo to talk about your menstrual cycle or even have your menstrual cycle for that matter. They don't talk about it. Like, they were going around asking the men in the village, and they were like, have you heard of a period? And they were like, no. And they're like, have you heard of menstruation? And they were like, yeah, I think it's some disease women get sometimes or whatever. And I was like, the women wouldn't even say the word. They didn't use pads. So basically, the movie is about them learning how to make low-cost pads and going around the village educating women on the menstrual cycle and on using these pads. That was a very long sentence. But
yeah.
So it's really good.
Okay. And what is it called again?
Period. It's called, like, period end of the sentence or something.
Period. End of this. Yeah. End of sentence.
And so it was crazy. One thing that I did notice is that the elementary school that I went to helped with this project.
Oh, wow.
So.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm looking forward to finding out. I'm probably doing a little more research and find out, like, what they did. Because it was, like, kind of a rich Hollywood type of school. So I'm sure they probably raised money, maybe. Or I'm not sure, but I will find out what they did.
Yeah, well, here in America, we have the pink tax. Have you heard of the pink tax?
Well, I hear that we pay a lot of money for our sanitary napkins and tampons and feminine products.
Yeah, women pay up to 42% more for products than men do. It's a markup.
Mm. So you're talking about, like, hair dye, like anything that would separate.
Razors.
Yeah, okay.
Period products, tampons. In some places, period products were taxed. Like some states,
like an additional tax.
Some states. 7% more for toys, 4% more for children's clothing, 8% more for adult clothing, 13% more for personal care products, and 8% more for senior home and health care products.
Wow.
That is nuts, isn't it?
I brought something. I don't know if you want to partake. I made some gummies.
Oh, what?
Cannabis,
Edibles?
yes.
Oh, what?
And excuse it for spilling a little bit.
Wait, they're gummies though? So did you use gelatin to make them?
Yeah, I was going to say, except it has bones in it.
Yeah.
You eat gelatin. Don't act like you were asking when we went to that little...
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, when we went to that little function, you were eating whatever they gave. You didn't say, are these vegan?
What function? Because baked goods usually don't have, yeah, they were all cookies. Whatever.
Chocolate. I don't know what it...
I make exceptions for.
I don't know. Sorry, it looks kind of weird. Just because it spilled over. Now, how are we going to get it out?
I don't know. Then your hands are going to be all sticky.
I know. Fuck that. This was a bad idea to pull this out right now. This is what I have to use.
Oh my God. Is that a nail?
No. It's a nut.
Oh my
God. Or like the walnut. You're like, fuck that, Erica.
Oh
it does look like a cuticle.
Yes, I thought it was a cuticle pusher.
Sorry, this is what I had to do. Here, are you gonna get your, or do you not want to get? Yeah. And they're so strong, but they don't do anything.
Wait, what do you mean they're strong? What they
like? Don't you taste it?
No, my nose is kind of stuffy. I already smoked a bowl, so.
It will take... I took like 5 and nothing happened last time.
What?
That's so weird, huh?
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to buy like silicone ones, but they didn't have it. So I had no choice but to just buy these. Want another one? Yeah, I was about to say. How many do you want?
So you said you had 5?
Yeah, and nothing happened. I just want to think.
How many have you had now?
You only had 2.
Okay. 1,
2, 3. I'm gonna have 5.
Do I have 2 or do I have 3?
2, I think.
Okay.
Want another one? You tell me when.
Sure, I'll have one more.
Keep going.
They're pretty good. I don't know. They don't taste strong to me because maybe, like I said, I'm just used to it.
Or maybe you have the taste in your mouth already. So, basically, I made some, we might as well talk about weed right now. I made some cannabis gummies from scratch at home from the BSE. And basically, I just used some Jell-O, some gelatin, and some 100% cherry juice. And that was it. Oh, and I just kind of steeped it for 20 minutes.
So you just put the BSE in the mixture for 20 minutes?
Yeah. And then strained it with some tea cloth. So the only thing is I did not carb the weed like you're supposed to because I was worried about my neighbors. Because that shit smells up like the building.
So I gave my coworker a nug for today, for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I said, flowers for you. Happy Valentine's Day. So
you said it like you wrote it in a note.
Yeah, so I put it in a little container.
Okay.
And then I put a Post-it note on top of it because I didn't want to give it to her at work or it would have been awkward.
Right.
So there was a point where nobody was in the office. So I put it in her lunch bag. Okay. She had just washed all her lunch shit and put it away.
Oh, okay.
So it was right before she was getting ready
to
leave. Yeah, so I tucked it away in there.
And she got pulled over by the cops. I swear it's not mine. I don't know how this got here.
She looks like me, so fair skin. She'll be all right.
She'll
be fine.
Anyway, it's legal, so we don't have that problem anymore.
Yes. But still, sometimes I get, I feel like because I've because it's just like I'm already older and it just became legal.
Right.
That sometimes I still like hide it, or I'm just like I look over my shoulder.
Right.
Like, I know it's legal, but still, you know.
Well, I still haven't. You know, like back in the days, you would just like smoke weed anywhere outside. I haven't really done that since it's been legal.
Well, plus you moved and all that too.
But still, like I wouldn't be standing out in the front like smoking weed.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But I've done it in the back.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. But I mean, I haven't just like been walking up Long Beach Boulevard smoking a blunt. I see it, especially in Long Beach. I think it's awesome. Like people just standing on the sidewalk smoking weed. Even though I think like the law doesn't even permit that.
Well, even before cannabis was legal, you couldn't even smoke cigarettes. There's a law, you can't smoke cigarettes 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But people still do it all the time.
Right.
So if cigarette smokers are going to do it all the time, and now you can't even tell, so.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the difference between, like, as far as the law is concerned, I think I would compare that to, like, drinking in public. It's not the same as, like, smoking a cigarette within 20 feet. That's like an ordinance thing. But I feel like you can't, it's legal to drink beer, but you can't just be standing out on the sidewalk with your beer. You can stand on the sidewalk with your cigarette.
Yeah. So you feel that you should not be able to stand on the sidewalk with weed?
Oh, I said I think that's the law. Not that I feel that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I always just think use discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Just think, but not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people care. So...
But, yeah, it's like a respect thing, too. Like, why are you standing right in front of this people's business or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a smoke shop.
Right. So what is this beer you brought, and why did you choose this?
I chose it because every other beer I looked at was almost $20.
Mm.
And this said $11.99. So I was like, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like... I get that craft beers, you know, they're small businesses at the same time too, but your girl gotta.
So what is it?
Be on a budget. So unicorn juice. It's an American wheat with passion fruit. That's pretty good.
And it's like when it said passion fruit, I kind of expected some type of sweet, a little bit, but there's no like sweetness at all. It's just a little fruit flavor in there.
Yeah, it tastes more like a guava to me.
Smell it. It smells like guava.
Yeah, this is more guava than passion fruit.
Lies. Oh. So, I don't know.
Do you like it?
Not really. I don't think so. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just like...
I like it.
I wouldn't pick it.
I would drink it in... That too.
You gonna have me spitting on the equipment?
Oh my god. I saw, okay, so like horoscopes.
I love horoscopes.
The funniest meme, and it was Snoop Dogg laying all plush and his fuzziness with the suit on and shit, but it had a meme, and it's from Not All Geminis, and it said like, so it had like your sign, mm-hmm. and then different attributes. So it's like Snoop with a bunch of those long-haired dogs. So he has all those long-haired dogs, and everything's very lush around him. So when it came to mine, it was Sagittarius, and this is something that it comes out on the show all the time. It said, letting your we
have to do our mouth exercises before we start.
Bum, bum, bum,
All right.
Letting the philosophical part of you that seeks meaning be overshadowed by your loud ass laugh.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. And then another attribute, your undeniable skill for cheering people up.
Oh, thank you. That was good for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your
Pisces.
Pisces.
My birthday is what? It's coming.
Ooh. Letting your imagination run wild with hopeless romanticism. Protecting. So that's one dog. Mm-hmm. Letting your imagination run wild with hopeless romanticism. The other one is protecting yourself against pretentious, rude people. The next one is emotionally scratching your friends behind their ears to soothe their anxieties. Nah. And
I don't even know what that means.
it said open tenderness. Yeah, I said it. I'm sensitive. Don't hurt my feelings.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sensitive, but I don't really want people to know.
Don't hurt my feelings. Yeah, right. Oh, so back to this beer.
Mm-hmm.
Artifacts. I think that this would be a very good Sunday morning beer.
With breakfast?
Yeah. This is like, I can't really fuck with champagne that much. It puts me to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, this is like a champagne of beers, I would say.
But I do like how champagne kind of gets you there.
Right.
So for Sunday brunch, I'll have a glass of champagne. Mm-hmm. But then I got to switch it over.
Right.
Because if I have a second glass, then I forget to eat because I'm too busy like having a good time. Okay. And then next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
And you're asleep.
And I still haven't eaten, so then I eat and then I fall asleep.
Uh-huh. It's the bubbles. About the bubbles like get to your head.
Maybe.
The bubble or the air in the bubble, something.
Like in the old school Mary Poppins where they all drink the juice. Oh, no. More like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, I was going to say, don't give me a Mary Poppins because I'm not going to get it.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, I'll get that one.
They drink the bubble juice and they start floating?
Yes, got that one, not Mary Poppins.
So,
I can tell you what she had on, but that's about it. And something about an umbrella or something. But all right. So, since we weren't talking about cannabis, huh? But we did just talk about the cannabis gummies. You had on there about the cannabis lube, and I felt like that would be perfect to talk about today since it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so did you try it?
So I tried it a while back when I was fucking people. I mean, not fucking. When I was fucking my husband. Not people. But, and basically it was a trick. So basically I make this tincture that starts off with just like a little vegetable glycerin and cannabis that you soak for a while. So I don't know what made me decide to do this. Like, I know I was about to have sex. And I had heard, about cannabis lube or whatever. So I didn't want to tell my husband either. Like, I didn't want to be like, hey, let's try this. Because it was cannabis and he didn't. He smokes weed now. But he didn't smoke weed then. So he was like, no, like, he would not let me put it on his dick probably. Uh-huh. So I put it on myself. Like before he knew, right? So I gotta tell you, man, that shit works. And I don't know, because I wasn't making it with the intentions on making lube. I just tried it. So I can tell you that just the cannabis and the oil, well, I'll just say like the cannabis, like that shit makes your shit hard. Like it'll like stimulate your clitoris, and it just feels like softer and like more sensation. And even my husband was like, God damn, like, you're like, what the fuck? And then I told him, yes. And then I told him, like, and it wasn't about moisture, it was about sensation.
Yeah,
And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh shit, this shit work for him too? Like, oh shit. And then I told him, and then when I told him, he was like, oh, put some more. And then he let me put it on him. But yeah, so it was just like very sensational, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after that, I tried it like plenty more times. So,
have you ever eaten like ecstasy or Molly?
No.
Okay.
I don't do drugs.
Well, not now. But,
No.
Have you dabbled?
No, I've never dabbled in drugs before.
Okay.
Never. So, what were you gonna say? Because of the stimulation?
Yeah. So I wonder, like, I want to know, like, how. I guess I'll have to try myself.
Oh, to compare to.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we have like a couple more things we can go through and then.
Oh, so I tried the Carl's Jr. Beyond Burger.
Okay. Explain what it is.
It's a new vegan burger. Okay. It's a vegan patty.
Is it charbroiled?
Yes,
Ooh,
it is.
Okay.
So, vegan patty. It comes with cheese and mayo on it. So in order to make it vegan, you would have to take those, say no cheese, no mayo. And
okay.
The lady was nice.
Wait, it doesn't come with lettuce and tomato?
Oh yeah, it comes with all that stuff. But the lady was nice enough to ask, like, do you want cheese and mayo on it? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh no, extra pickles. And so I had it twice. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So I had it twice. Once I had it, it was like an early dinner. I had to go to work. I had to work at night, and I wanted to get some food before. Mm-hmm. So it was an early dinner. I got it. The place was empty. It was in a nice part of Long Beach. Okay. And it was good. I was like, okay, I could really taste the flavor. It tastes like horseradishy. Now, I don't particularly like horseradish.
Right. Why would they do that?
But it had like a hint of horseradish. Because it's almost like a Worcestershire, kind of giving it like a little meatier like taste to it. So it was pretty good. So then the next time I was in a pinch, and it was just a hood around.
I was say you went to the hood one.
I went to the hood one, and I got sick. And it was like kind of busy. So I kind of like, I didn't puke, but I kind of like, it definitely made my tummy rumble.
I wonder why.
You know, it's because I bet they just threw it on the same patty, so it probably absorbed the beef fat.
Oh my God. I bet if you look it up, they don't have a dedicated grill for that shit.
I don't think so. So it is kind of just like
well, that sucks then.
Yeah, so you kind of...
If you're actually vegan.
Yeah, I'm sure they're supposed to, like, wipe it off and then do that. But, like, so that's what I was saying. Like, the first one, there was nobody else in the store. It was totally empty, the store. And so mine was, like, I'm sure, like, they're so bored. Everything was so clean. Like, you could actually see everything. It was really nice. So I was like, okay, that's why that one was good, and that's why that one sucked. And probably you would have gotten sick if you ate the meat one anyway, too.
Right. Okay, so good idea, Carl's Jr., but if you guys don't have a dedicated grill, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it would work for somebody like me who doesn't give a fuck, because I would get the burger anyway. But, you know, like, I still would eat burgers, so it doesn't matter for me for the veggie burger to be touching the grill. But for you, it matters. So they're kind of fucking it up. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to bring vegan and vegetarian to Carl's Jr., but if you guys don't do it right, it's kind of like counterproductive. Like, who gives a fuck then?
Well, I think it also just comes down to, like, the store. Like, there's nice restaurants and there's trashy restaurants.
Right. I mean, it should be protocol, I feel, if you're going to have a vegetarian burger. But I doubt if they would dedicate a grill because they don't even know if it's going to work out yet. They might snatch it right back off the market. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's another thing. I'm sure, like, it's nice to have the option, but I know, like, a lot of people who are vegan, and a lot of vegans, it's not like, there's so many different types. Right. There's some that are super strict. There's raw people. Like, I could not do that. But they're like, I'm loose. Like, I'll eat cookies and shit. I don't care.
Does this contain butter? Yes, it does. Thank you.
Life's too short to pass up a cupcake.
Jeez.
Blueberry muffins are good.
Oh, so that's going to remind me. I had this on the list for such a long time. How do you feel about pita as a vegetarian?
I don't know.
They're fucking annoying.
Yeah. It's not like I fuck with them.
Right. Good. Because I would have to think of you differently. If you started bringing that pita shit around here, I'm like, I don't know, Judy, man. I don't know. I'm just joking, but they're just a little bit too extreme. And I feel like their expectations are way too high for, like, anybody, really. Like, shit. Like, if you're a vegetarian or if you're, I don't know, fucking wear your fur coats and they get out. I mean, whatever. Not whatever, but... Like, that's the only thing, like, that when they were worried about fur coats, that's when they made more sense. Now they're talking about, did you hear that? I can't even think of how they worded it. Like, use pet or animal-friendly lingo instead of saying, like, don't beat a dead horse.
Yeah. Yeah, they need press, No news is bad news for them.
That was just ridiculous.
But yeah, it is dumb. Like I think we were even saying before, I don't even say that. I don't even say, like, who says beat a dead horse? Like,
I'll say some. I might not say that, but
and some
there's so many sayings.
It's like, why are you even putting that in my head? Like, let it go. Do something else.
That is true. Like, kind of who says that?
Yeah.
You guys just brought it back up.
And like, sorry, you want to be in the news right now, but so I don't know. But anyways, so I'm curious if the Beyond Burger is gonna keep. I know Wu-Tang has Beyond or Impossible Burger at White Castle. So I don't know. It's nice to have an option. I wonder like what the feedback will be on like regular men, just like white men, like the men that just eat their cheeseburgers, because that's who their demographic is.
There's plenty of vegetarian white males. I mean, you have one.
Yeah, totally. So there's that aspect, like there's like a whole market that like people like under 40 that are vegan, vegetarian.
I mean, I feel like you don't even have to be vegan or vegetarian. I feel like I've ordered a veggie burger before. And
then, I'm saying just like from the male perspective, like since that's who their target demographic is, I wonder if it would appeal to like men that have like heart disease, if they would get like.
But did you actually look at the numbers now? Did you look at the what do you call that? The caloric facts?
Intake?
Like to compare like their regular like famous star to this veg.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like half the time they try to tell us something is healthy and it's really not. Like their goddamn salads.
What did you say?
I thought you were like looking it up. I was asking like about the caloric intake between like their burger.
It's less.
I mean, I'm sure, but how much less? Like.
Okay.
I would imagine their shit is still high in cholesterol and everything else just because it's Carl's Jr. And think about the preservatives.
Oh, it's also like soy-free and gluten-free, too.
So we'll see.
I don't know. And then another crazy thing is that, so the Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger, the reason why they taste so good is because they figured out how to extract, like, hume from a plant. Hume is basically blood. Like in humans, that's our hume.
Right.
Is part of your blood. You have like your plasma, and then you have the hume, and like when scientists or doctors spin it in that thing, that's what they're doing, separating the hume from the platelets. And so they figured out that plants have this, and it's essentially a plant blood. So it's like, it gives it the flavor. Isn't that kind of weird?
I feel like it would give a different flavor, but not like a meat flavor. It just gives a different flavor, right?
It gives it a different flavor that
adds to
it adds to
the enjoyment of the flavor.
The similar taste to a regular Famous Star patty. So, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be good. But
yeah, I'll try it. I'll have to let you guys know.
Okay, so what did you tell me? Because we're about to wrap it up. So what did you tell me to watch on Netflix?
Oh.
Okay, I get the period one.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to watch the period one tonight, though.
No.
But
Abducted in Plain Sight. You could actually lay in the bed and watch that.
Okay.
You could like listen. You're gonna flip.
I don't have a TV in my room, but I will.
Abducted in Plain Sight. You will flip your fucking head off. I mean, like, especially as a parent. So basically, I don't want to give the gist because I don't want to give a spoiler alert. Basically, this guy, he's a family friend. He kidnaps their daughter, and he's fixated on this daughter. He wants to marry this daughter. This daughter's like 11 years old. He admits to the parents he loves her. He wants to marry her. And he molests her, and he kidnaps her again. Like, they get her back, he kidnaps her again. So the family's like super, super dumb as fuck. We'll talk about it next week after you watch it.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, till next time, you can catch us on Instagram at Mixed Screens Podcast. On Twitter at Mixed Screens Pod, and our website, mixedscreenspodcast.com.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace out.